figure it out. What's up, Chris Chrome? Welcome back to Perspectives, everyone. We were supposed to have an interview today. Unfortunately, it got rescheduled because, as we are remembering with much joy and anticipation, that interviews are dependent on schedules, and schedules depend on creative people, and creative people have opportunities to chase, and opportunities tend to be more valuable, and it becomes a mess sometimes. All love to everyone involved. We look forward to having you on the show when it works out and the timing is right, and we will figure everything out as we grow on the fly using ChatGPT and other resources. Oh yeah, my name is Holden Stefan Roy. This is Liddy Bro Flacco, and we are here again Monday, 7 p.m. with everyone out there watching. Shout out all the people there. It's good to see you in the audience. Make sure to chat with us and let us know what you want to know. Lindell, this is one of those better ones to start throwing in some comments that are obscure and don't relate to things, because it's one of those episodes. But yeah, so how you doing, Flacco? You have all this music you want to go through?
I'm about to share a bunch of shit. Share the music.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Y'all are just like react to the music in the chat with like emojis, like you would do on a normal music reaction thing to increase the volume, and then we'll figure out how ChatGPT plays into that later.
Damn, this shit is fire. Check it out. We just recorded this the other day.
Yeah, y'all can let me know how loud it is or not compared to me. We were having that debate.
What happened?
No, keep playing it. Just keep playing it. Let's just set this. They can hear it or not. Oh, Lindell's excited.
Look at me. I promise you, dog, ain't no shookin' me. I promise you, dog, ain't no shaking me. You sleeping, we shouldn't awaken me. See how mad that you niggas is making me? Say to them what you never gon' say to me. Say to them what you never gon' say to me. Play with them, but you not gon' play with me. Never. Rollin' with the big dog, robbing with the click dog. Yeah. Rollin' with them big dogs, yeah, we the lit bros. Oh, you looking for the smoke? Take a hit, bro. You too high, little nigga, better get low. Better get low, yeah. Rollin' with the big dogs, yeah, we the lit bro.
Got a floor to lead in New Orleans. Beignets and bellinis on Bourbon Street. The bars, couture, shroomery. It's regular, boy, charcuterie. Fake jam, prosciutto brie. Demi-sec, imperial meat. I'm on the Brignac, cutlery. A grand is like $1 to me. I'm living a life of luxury. Broke niggas don't know of what I speak. I move with ease through important doors. Champagne and marble floors. Versace robes, cigars by the shore. Fonzie puffs, vintage pours. Penthouse views, skyline gleams. Manifested all of my dreams. Balmain threads, bespoke seams. Custom plates, Michelin teams. I came from nothing, now look at me. Private flights, no economy. Rolling with the big dogs, bitch, suck a dick, ho. It's the lit bros, yeah, the lit bros.
Rollin' with them big dogs, yeah, we the lit bros. Oh, you looking for the smoke? Take a hit, bro. You too high, little nigga, better get low. Better get low, yeah. Rollin' with the big dogs, yeah, we the lit bro. Rollin' with the big dog, robbing with the click dog, yeah. Rollin' with them big dogs, yeah, we the lit bros. Oh, you looking for the smoke? Take a hit, bro. You too high, little nigga, better get low. Better get low, yeah. Rollin' with the big dogs, yeah, we the lit bro.
That was nice. Definitely.
Got a nice little Houston riding vibe to it.
Yeah, back and forth goes proper. Beats nice. Definitely, it's got a vibe to it. Like you could picture playing that in the car.
This is gonna be on my upcoming solo album, The Rivera Estate. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Lady bros, come on, lean, ding, ding. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? Remolín, ting, ting. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? 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 Mira mami, ven aquí, hear me sing como Coquí, but I sing in the city, getting lit, lit, sí. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? 1, 2, 3, 3. I'm in dentro de ti. Why don't you tell me? Ay mami, you know me, flaco loco, sí, sí. I be French, oui, oui, playing games, oui, oui. Mario and Princess Peach, bumping, riding Yoshi. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? Fingers in your remolín, ting, ting, remolín, ting, ting. Es vulgar, but it's a win. Un poquito, un chin, throwing Benji's Benjamin. I ain't finished, ting, ting. Sin vergüenza, sing, sing. En la cama o el cojín. Remolín, ting, ting. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? Remolín, ting, ting. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos? Remolín, ting, ting. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? Remolín, ting, ting. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? 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 Remolín, ting, ting. Dame un ching, ching. Remolín, ting, ting. Don't be so thin skin. Shining like bling, bling. Un cantazo, ping, ping. Baila para mí, ping, ping, ping. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos? Mira mami, ven aquí. Mira mami, ven aquí. Mira mami, ven aquí. Mira mami, mama, mami, mama, mami. Mira mami, mama, mami, mama, ven aquí. Remolín, ting, ting. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? Remolín, ting, ting. ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos dedos tengo aquí? ¿Cuántos aquí?
Yeah.
This is a dance song. You know what? I'm going straight to the hit record. How about that? Let's go straight to the hits. Even though, to be official, that last one was a hit too. That Spanish joint is a hit. You can hear it. It's got drip all over it.
Lady bros, yeah we lady ho, yeah we lady bro. Lady bros, yeah we lady ho, yeah we lady bro.
Nasty with your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie. They're nasty with your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie.
I did the nasty with your mom and your auntie. I think they left their panties in the back of my Bentley. I did the nasty with your mom and your auntie. I think they left their panties in the back of my Bentley. I did the nasty with your mom and your auntie. I think they left their panties in the back of my Bentley. I did the nasty with your mom and your auntie. I think they left their panties in the back of my Bentley.
I did the nasty with your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie. The nasty with your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie and your auntie and your mommy and your mommy and your auntie.
Make it clap, make it clap. 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 Make it clap, make it clap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good. I mean,
We got some fire, man.
I could see how people be getting nasty with mommies and aunties.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we
That's
in
how
an
it goes
era where
down.
it's a much more acceptable behavior. Much more acceptable behavior.
Super acceptable. You know what? You liked it, Paulie's when we were in Puerto Rico.
Nate, it's been a wonderful journey, brother.
Nate is our engineer, or was our engineer, and he's retiring from engineering. And so this was the last song that we recorded with him.
Sad.
So it's the end of an era.
A cool dude.
Cool dude.
Yo, Nate, it's been a wonderful journey, brother. Thank you for everything. Lady bros.
So strong, I don't like it. Under my skin, close my eyes, feel so free. My life is drown in
dripping, let the fit glow. Popping like some Crisco. We gassed up like the sicko. Shining like a disco. Drippy, let the fit glow. Popping like some Crisco. We gassed up, let the sicko. Yeah, yeah, bitch. Yeah, we the shit, bro. From the get-go. Yeah, they know we lit, bros. We the lit bros. Yeah, we the lit bros. The bass knock, let it hit though. The bass knock, let it hit though. Pull up with the win ho. Yeah, we pull up with the win ho. We pull up and we win ho. Yeah, we pull up and we win ho. Pull up, we pull up with the win
That's gonna be on that Blaze project that we do. It's gonna be a collaboration project with Liddy Bros and the Blaze, which is a tech dance music duo from France.
That's lit. Yeah, it's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the ones with the video, right?
yeah. The guys with the visuals. Yeah, but it's important to me that like one of these songs we do a visual that like touches the way that their visuals touch. You know what I mean? It's got to be like a story.
See, that's where
And
ChatGPT comes in handy.
yeah, word. I mean, ChatGPT comes in handy in everything.
Nah, honestly, it's been like, for all like my talk about it, it took me a while to start really adopting it more regularly, because like it just sometimes you just don't think of where it could be useful, and then you just like, what,
Everywhere,
ChatGPT, let me describe you my random problem,
everywhere,
and then
everywhere.
boom, done, coming through. And now it could talk to the other chats and remember all the, because what happened was for a long time it couldn't talk to the other chats, so you would be like, all right, ChatGPT, let me train you how to fucking and do the caption or whatever correctly, and you'd have to go through that process every single time. Now you just be like, yo, go look at what we already talked about, and it just pops out shit that's so fire that you're like, this is scary good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy with where things are, and it's on the free shit too. You don't even have to pay. You should use the free one.
Or knife. Yeah, though. Definitely gonna use it. I mean, I have a lot of fucking creative ideas usually. So we'll see. Um, what song that we end up picking first is the most important thing, and then from there, trying to like paint the picture with uh that song and figuring out what it is that we're trying to show the world. But yeah,
Right.
um, got a lot of music I'm sitting on. What's crazy is that like none of that music that I played is like music that's coming out this year. Like I have Volume 4 locked in, ready to go. It'll be releasing July 4th. Um,
Mm.
I have Paulie Hustle's solo album recorded, locked in, ready to go. I have a three-piece EP with me, Just James Figueroa, the Liddy Bros, and Frank Stacks from Rap is a Joke, um, ready to go. And then we're like maybe like one song away from having this Blaze Bros project ready to go. So it's like I got 4 albums ready to go this year. I guess that fourth song is the only one that like would be on a project that's coming out this year. Everything else is
Right.
like that Texas song, that Liddy Bro, Lush, West Coast one, that the Spanish one, the Nasty one. None of those are scheduled to come out this year on any projects. They're just like great songs that like we're sitting on. I
Nah,
mean,
but
the Spanish
so
one is for
so
my solo.
so let me ask you a question then, because like, you do all right with music. Your shit's been growing organically over the years. Um, so did you always sit on music like that, or was that something that kind of changed over time?
Um, I mean, yeah, no. Like when I look at like a lot, look, the other day I found a song from, let's share that, right? So I found a song from like my before my first album. Before my first album, I had a project planned called Blockbuster that it was gonna be um every track is named after a different movie, and
Right.
the track samples something from the movie. This one track called Science of Sleep didn't sample any. If you know the movie Science of Sleep, we'll look it up after this. But Science of Sleep is like it didn't really have any music to it like that. It was just like a really weird. It was like an A24 movie before A24 existed. You know, like one of
Right.
those super indie flicks. And I never put this out, and this is a track that like when I heard it recently, I hit Jesse because Jess recorded it. And I was like, yo, why is this still actually kind of fucking fire? And the story, it doesn't date itself. You know, there's things in the song that date itself, but even then, I don't I don't think so.
Daydream, I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day. Daydream, I dream of you amid the flowers for a couple of hours. Such a beautiful day.
The story begins like many have begun. The guy on the cross, you know the Virgin Mary's son. He came to life, jumped off the cross and stood up. Stepped up to the Dutchess in the box of Corona Deluxe. Started beating them down one at a time. The next cell he chirped, called the cops and dropped on. Now peace grabbed Christ and they started flying high. She was sick of next cell, snitching and telling lies. Fresh on the scene was Captain Crunch and his bunch, stomping the streets of the Bronx on a hunch. They stopped by the rack, started arresting CDs. The MP3s were all renowned for their fine machinery. They didn't want to get confiscated, so they jumped in the iPod. Lieutenant Dracula saw them and shouted,
Oh my god, everyone get down, that Black Nano has a gun!
The Nano was stunned, he knew he had to run. The headphones and CDs were all screaming run. The Nano knew the cops like to kill for fun. Suddenly coming around the back end of the block was the Xbox 360 and his remote control SWAT. Those motherfuckers are crazy and they don't know how to act. The big lighter started burning trash to distract. Here comes the strawberry sour power fireman. He needed the same grouch who lived in the garbage can. Now the Nano was in the hood looking for his fam. The PSP who was hustling hard hand to hand. Of course he would give his boy the Nano some help. Introduced him to his boss, the iMac on the shelf. He had many tools he could use to his advantage. Put out an email, selling all fucking damage. To price his own money, the Cuban links and sheet. They knew the Scarface DVD and cell block D. Huh? But the Scarface DVD that runs D-Block happens to hate Christ as much as he hates the cops. So he calls a hit from his hitman in the hood, the Plasma TV who's always up to no good. Told him where to find Don Peace and Christ, hiding amongst the pack of burning Newport lights. The Plasma TV had it in for Christ and Mary. He used to be her man like back in '03. She used to cheat on him with somebody. He always thought it's Christ cause she called the nigga Poppy. He the type to throw a rock and hide his hand. He a bitch ass nigga mommy, he ain't no man. So I'll rip him apart cause she broke my heart. And all I'm gonna leave is very small body part. It was dark when he got there, yeah, pitch black. He hollered at them both, what now, holler back.
Nigga holler, nigga holler back, nigga holler back, nigga holler back, nigga holler back, nigga.
He rolled in the black act, packing a Mac in the back. Blasting at they backs, Jesus and Mary like rap. Sprayed the whole place full of ho-ho-hos. Spit on Christ's body and called Mary a hoe. But he wasn't aware right behind him was the next cell. He chirped, popped him in his fitted and said go to hell. Plasma dropped, his gun slumped down and fell. Nextel smiled and said all's well that ends well. He turned around and he started walking away. The next thing you know, Christ got up like Easter Sunday. He went to pick up the Plasma TV's gun. Then to catch up to Nextel, he had to run. Exactly as he raised his hand, holding the map, the Nextel caught a feeling, turned around and looked back. As Christ pressed the trigger, a smile he cracked. He said,
Bitches end up in ditches, bitch, nigga holler back.
Nigga holler back, nigga holler back, nigga holler, nigga holler back, nigga holler back, nigga holler back, nigga holler back.
Man, you fuck around and put that shit out, and that's the one that goes viral on TikTok for some reason.
So like that one was just like me over a bunch of like industry beats and me over a bunch of industry beats and It was like a random story, like it's like inanimate objects. You know what I mean? Um,
Right.
in like a dream, because that was the whole point of the beginning thing, and the whole beat at the beginning being um Daydream from Lupe Fiasco. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, but that's a perfect example of like a song that like has never seen the light of day. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I do. I guess I do, and I have always like kept like music tucked, but definitely like now more than ever, it happens more because there's so much shit that I'm working on all at once. You know? Um, so, and then also every project that we record, Liddy Bros, we always end up with like two or three, four songs left over from the project. You know what I
Right.
mean? Um, when we did volume one, what ended up happening was that volume two was born out of it. And we had like 10 songs or 9 songs that we recorded for another project that was like none of this fits on volume one. It doesn't fit the mood of the album. So let's make a volume two and make this the mood of that album. Um, but and then when we recorded volume three, we ended up with like 3 or 4 bonus, and then also we also ended up recording songs for volume four in the middle of recording volume three, and then we started working on volume four, and then we recorded Paulie's whole solo album, which left us with another set of songs left over, and so like we just keep on ending up with like extra bonus songs and um yeah, but I mean, I like it. It's good. It's good. You know what I mean? Most of it gets used. Um, yeah, it's a good problem to have, I think.
I mean, it's just like it sounds more strategic. Like you're able to really think about how to roll them out, how to make sure that shit makes sense. Cause a lot of music just gets put out.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, I'm very deliberate about like albums, you know what I mean? That's for sure. Like I'm a curator of albums and I like to like curate a vibe for an album and a theme. Like if we go and we look right at my uh let's go to the internet, social media. Whoops, it's not there. There it goes. There goes Safari. Uh, I think it might be here. Let's see. This is SoundCloud links. There goes Bandcamp right there. Um, yeah, man. From like my first solo, Super Spick, it had a theme, and I was this character that was like that was back when I was poor and I didn't rap about having money because I didn't have a lot of money. um, and Super Spick was this character that I made up that like, smoked weed and flew, did coke and ran at lightning speeds, drank and had super strength. And um all these songs at the beginning kind of like cater to the character, like Look Up in the Sky, Super Ghetto Friends, Neighborhood Hero are all like based around this character. And then like the rest of the songs are just like stuff that like relates to the character from our real life. And then
right.
um Renaissance Man was like my first like if you liked volume 2, this is my first like volume 2. This is like my first album that's like I talked about like my little brother um on I believe it was Take Him to Church or From My Rooftop, and I had a fan who like was like, "Yo, that was too much. That was too intense." And I'm just like, "Well, that's my little brother's life." You know what I mean? Like I don't know what to tell you, you know? But yeah, it was like a very like more sincere. And then like all these other like Bronx Zoo uh is like the collective that I was a part of with Buddhas and Jess James, Sarah. Then Bionic Ninjas was me and Jesse doing our first duo project together. That's who we were before we became Litty Bros. We were Bionic Ninjas. And then High Society Volume 1 was like when me, Jess were like hanging out with Just Days and we kind of formed a High Society collective. But like High Society was always the label. And then Dutch Internetica, Alcada Vega was like, I grew a beard and people started talking to me like I was like Muslim. And it was just like, this is interesting. So I made one half of an album, techno in internet shit. And then the other half of the album was like Middle Eastern influences, talking
Man, you
about
can
like,
see by the song titles if you read them.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, and Misuna was like one of the tracks that some people really liked a lot. I got that a lot throughout my career. Is like, yo, people really like when I do like these like very personal tracks, but like I don't really like delving into that too much. Um, but people really seem to love that. Um, and then If I Die Tomorrow, Remember Today is just kind of like a best of. And then One God Me was like a collection of songs that I had saved that like I was like, man, I don't want to keep on doing the thing that you were talking about, having songs in a tuck. So like I just put them all together on one project. And
Yeah.
then Les Squad, this one birthed the project Les Squad Viva la Mesa, which I started recording with rest in peace Rob De Niro, who is today's missing guest son, Rye Gennaro. And Viva la Mesa was just like my first double album, you know, like there's a side A and a side B. And side B was like just artists that I fuck with and their music. So like Pat G, Sir Loxley, Henry Hennessy, um, Young Jack, Lush One, uh, Isaiah Jordan, just artists that I fuck with. And then side A was like me with people like Jess James on the track or Moneybags, Dominils, Bugs, Gambit, Sarah, you know. But the point is that it's like Les Squad, and it was the beginning of Litty Bros before Litty Bros. And then Drippin' Sofrito was like this idea that I had with Gambit that I was like, yo, we gonna put out three to five songs every season and the cover of the album will have a different fabric. So this one was like silk, and then there was like one that was gonna be like leather, one that was gonna be like marble textures, marble and gold, and it was gonna kind of like center around this like dropping music like collections of fashion. Um, but yeah, the point is that there's always been like a theme behind uh the things that I do, and Litty Bros is no different. Seeing as how like Volume 1 was champagne and cocaine, and it was kind of like all turned up trap EDM type sounds, and then 1.5 was like the chopped and screwed version, which led into Cognac and Codeine, which was like a very slowed down, depressed, right? Like champagne and cocaine, you have the whole like you party hard and then you finally come home and you come home to an empty house because your woman left you for partying way too hard. Then Cognac and Codeine is like you dealing with the loss of the relationship. And then Coquitos and Cuchifritos is like, yo, I'm back outside. It's summer. It's lit. Fuck that. And now Volume 4 will be Pinky Rings and Stilettos. And it's like a dance album. And uh
So basically, Liddy Bros is the story of fucking up a whole good relationship and then getting Liddy again.
You gotta bounce back, man. You can't stay in the pits forever. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that about?
It's
Like,
almost a
what?
fucking like rom-com waiting to be like
Yeah.
made. Like you should start thinking about the rom-com version and getting some fucking big ass studio to produce your shit.
I mean, you know what I looked up recently? I looked up my legal name on IMDb, and I have IMDb credits. Just not the ones that I thought. I used to do extra work on Naked Brothers Band. I don't know if you ever heard of that show. It was on Nickelodeon. Um, I used to do a
Nah.
lot of extra. I used to do a lot of extra work on um Naked Brothers Band, but uh, I have a credit for um a short film horror that I did, and yeah, I got connections to like casting director, uh,
But like, cause,
directors. So yeah, maybe there's
is
a
there
Liddy Bros
something?
movie in the future.
And then you could just play the Liddy Bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Nah, it would be doper to have like us
Like
be the
a
Liddy Bros in the movie, but um like where the movie's not based on us. You know what I mean? Like not based on
you're
us. It's
just
based
the
on
soundtrack.
we're the soundtrack and we feature in it, right? But like it's focused on this young dude that's like fucking not Liddy Bro and then gets Liddy Bro and then
It's
finds
basically like you want
love
to get
and
like Rye
loses
Gennaro to
love
be
and
that guy.
yeah, maybe probably potentially. Um yeah.
Nice, dope.
Yeah, man. But there's always been like a theme to everything that I do. And that's because like to me it matters like the way that you package the whole story of an album. And that's like this, like what we've been doing these last couple weeks with packaging the experience of getting to know some of the artists that will be performing at our show Boricua Bash on June 6th, Friday at Sugar Mouse in New York City. It's like telling a story, man. You know what I mean? Storytelling is very important to me.
That was such a plug.
Professional.
That was like straight out of a YouTube video where all of a sudden you're hearing about BetterHelp or something, and you're like, all right.
But
Straight out
yeah,
of that.
nah, I mean but that is factual. You know what I'm saying? Like I really do. You know what it is that like my favorite
Oh, hold
rappers
on,
were
hold on,
all
hold on. If we're plugging shows this Sunday, you can catch me on the corner of Terrebonne and King Edward for Porch Fest, and I'll be performing an hour-long set with a couple of guests. CC might be one of those guests, so you better pull
a
up if you're in Montreal watching this. Lindell, if you want to fly up to Montreal too, you can crash on our couch. I'm sure Bonnie would be okay with that. I have no idea if Bonnie's okay with that.
if Lindell ends up in New York City for Boricua Bash, feel free to show up to the show. Whisper in my ear, I'm Lindell, and then I'll be like, say no more. You said the secret password, and um, you can sleep on my couch too.
Facts.
Dangerous neighborhood in the Bronx, though. Fair warned.
Yeah.
Um,
I do not live in a dangerous neighborhood. It used to be, but now it's not. It's gentrified.
word. Mine's is far from being gentrified. Um, but yeah, I think that all this storytelling is very important. My favorite rappers are all like great storytellers. Like I said, like my favorite Jay-Z shit would be when he would talk about his family and his life outside of being like a dope
So hold on.
flossy rapper
Your
and like
favorite Jay-Z shit is the equivalent of everyone's favorite shit about you.
yeah. I mean, listen, that's also 50-50. You know what I mean? Like s- some of my favorite Jay-Z shit is that shit. But then I also still really enjoy all the commercial fucking balling out of control, dirt off your shoulder, ignorant shit, the like shit that's like
I
really
mean, Dirt
meant
Off Your
to like,
Shoulder is pretty conscious, to be honest.
nah.
Oh no, it's not. No, sorry, 99 Problems is pretty conscious. My bad, I got
99
confused there.
Problems is conscious. Yeah, dirt off your shoulders is the flossy. You know what I
You
mean?
know,
But
that's a good song.
yeah, yeah, I love that as much as but my music reflects that too. You know what I mean? I do the same thing. Um, I don't know. There's too many to like. I mean, what I was gonna to finish with the thought, Lindell, right? Like some of my favorite rappers are all storytellers. The rapper that got me into wanting to rap was Biggie, and Biggie was a phenomenal storyteller. My favorite rapper of all time is Jay Z, and Jay Z is an underrated storyteller. My first inspiration, the first rapper that I really was into, that I saw perform for the first time ever in the Bronx was Slick Rick. He performed in my neighborhood, and Slick Rick, like, and like my favorite, like one of my, well, not my favorite Wu Tang member is Old Dirty Bastard, but like unquestionably, I think that the person who has the best catalog in Wu Tang is Ghostface Killer, and I love Ghostface Killer stories. You know what I mean? Like his storytelling ability is definitely something. That's where I get songs like that Science of Sleep song is definitely inspired by Ghostface with I think it's called Strawberry something off of Bulletproof Wallets. He has like a story of like Little Red Riding Hood and like he just put together like a bunch of fucking children's stories into one
Right.
story. You know what I mean? And just made up some new shit. Um, and so like I'm super inspired by all storytelling rappers for sure, for sure. Those are like my favorite rappers, unquestionably. So like if I were to say what are some of my favorite storytelling songs, it'd be like fucking Mona Lisa from Slick Rick. Um, that
Juice
Ghostface
Freeze?
Killer song. There's another
Oh, you
Ghostface Killer
okay,
song
Juice?
that I love called Wise. What? Did I
Oh, you
freeze?
froze for a second, and then it
I don't know.
unfroze, and it did that fast talking thing where it caught up, and now we're back at it.
Okay. There's also a super dope Ghostface Killer song called Wise, where he talks about his man being killed over like the dramatics or somebody's song. And like it never came out on an official record because what he did was basically like um he got that song, whoever song that song is from the 60s or the 70s, I believe it's the dramatics. I wanna go outside in the rain. Ghostface Killer just put the record on and rapped over those guys singing. Like he just rapped on the whole record. And so I'm pretty sure that's why he couldn't put it out because it's like, yo, you're rapping over these guys' song, bro. Like you didn't even like loop their song or like make a new beat. Um, you just fucking rapped over their shit. And that's where I also caught inspiration for a bunch of dope shit is from Ghostface doing shit like that. Um, Jay Z, Meet the Parents is like one of my favorite stories from Jay. Also like um, Make the Song Cry. Uh, uh, there's also one I think it's called Mama Loves Me on like the Volume 1 album. Um, but yeah, I'm a big fan of like also, Biggie fucking Juicy is like one of the greatest storytelling songs of all time. Yeah, man, I love a lot of storytelling music. Um, so yeah, sometimes I just, you know, it's hard to for me to tap into, not hard for me to tap into that, but like, yo, I tap into that type of shit a lot. You know what I mean? Like, listen, on Mood Ring, Blue is dedicated to my friend Black that just passed away. And it's just hard to talk about things like that. It's hard to talk about people who you've loved and lost, or lost love, or even on volume two, Cognac and Codeine, some of those songs are like songs that I originally wrote like maybe over a decade before I got those tracks. But like I would write them when me and my wife would be like fighting and like going through like the beginning problems of a relationship. You know what I mean? And like me like breaking up with her, or like going away, leaving, like, oh, I'm out of here, like I'm not fucking putting up with this shit. I'm not fucking, and like leave for like a week or two, or you know what I mean? Like, um, so it's just one of those things that it's hard to tap into those feelings now that like things aren't like that anymore. You know what I mean? But like there's stories that need to be told too. You know what I mean? So like I do it, but like it's just not my favorite thing to do, and it drains me emotionally in the booth doing those type of songs, and it drains me emotionally to hear those songs sometimes back and to hear them as a part of my catalog. So like, yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
prefer,
honestly, I'd be going through that like right now. I mean, my whole project's based on my dad dying, and so it's
yeah,
like, so you have to listen to these songs a lot to
yeah,
memorize
it's
them, to
rough.
perform them. I'm performing 4 of these songs about my dad's recent death on my set on Sunday because it's gonna coincide with the merch. It's all the things I got to be doing. But then the whole time you're performing the song, you're just sitting there thinking about your dead dad or whatever the subject matter might be, because, like, what else are you supposed to think about? And then you got to
Right.
get emotional while you're doing it. So it's not
Yeah.
just like, it's not like you can just do a static delivery. Like, when you really like doing a certain kind of song, you're almost acting. So you have to like put yourself into a mind frame where like maybe you're almost sounding like you're about to bust out crying or something, or if in a
Yeah.
perfect
I
one you
mean,
start
Blue,
crying or some shit.
the Godcast, who is a podcast that we are going to collaborate with, who are some Puerto Ricans that are ingrained in this culture. And they asked the question on their page about like who has ever cried on a song before. And I cried when I laid down Blue. You know what I mean? And that's why it's hard to like listen to that shit. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I could never perform that and tap into that. I could never tap into that emotion of when I'm first laying them vocals down and crying in the booth, man. Like that is, I was telling Nate when uh we were ending that session that day after we laid down that song that you heard, the I song. I was telling him, I was like, yo, Nate, man, like, it's crazy, bro. I don't think I've spent more time with any white boy than I have with Holden. But I feel like him and me might have gotten closer than you and me have gotten. It's because he's like low key my therapist by being the engineer to all this years of, Liddy Bros that we've done. He did volume three, he did volume
He's
four,
also
he did
he's also
Paulie
in
solo.
person.
Yeah, also in person. You know what I mean? But also, like my solo mood ring again, like when I'm recording Blue, you know what I mean? Like, listen, man, it's crazy because I cried laying down Blue because I'm talking about one of my brothers that taught me how to rap and taught me how to freestyle. Specifically, he helped me learn how to become a master at freestyling. And on that same album, I laid down a song called Purple, which was dedicated to my wife, and I almost made Nate cry when I laid down Purple because he just was like really moved by it. and he was going through problems with his girl at the time. You know what I mean? Not to put his business out there like that, but you know what I mean?
Right.
Just to be perfectly candidly honest, you know what I mean? Like I doubt that he would have, gotten close to getting so emotional if he wasn't going through his own shit. But like the point is, like he looked at that shit like, damn, man, like this is where I want my relationship to be, not in the pits that it's in, probably, Again, I can't speak for him, you know what I mean? But like these are like emotional roller coasters that we're going through together, you know what I'm saying? So it's like really rough to get in that space again and to share things like that, man. Like that is very personal. And like I feel what you're saying about like that it's an acting perspective to a degree after you lay down the song. Like
Right.
that's why I don't perform those songs a lot, or at all. You know what I mean? Like I've never performed Volume 2. I've never performed any of the songs from Renaissance Man. I've never performed my more emotional songs because man, I just can't. I don't even know how to turn that on and off properly. You know what I mean? So, like, if I turn it on, it's gonna come out of me and I can't control myself. And I don't like not being able to control myself
Hmm.
emotionally in front of strangers. That is a scary, scary feeling. And I just never have been daring enough to like do that. And also, again, like me as a whole, like the artistry that I share that side of me, but like really the side of me that I love to share with people is the up tempo, is the fun, is the like that's the side of me that I want to perform and enjoy. And that's the side that I've also noticed people like love the most, but also who am I? How am I to know that if I've
I
never really
mean, it's
performed my
also
more emotional
like
songs for people,
I think just for that kind of shit though, it really depends on the length of the set. That has a huge impact
Right.
on
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
placement. Like I'm doing an hour-long set. When you're doing an hour-long set, honestly, I don't have the cardio to fucking do an hour of
Of up
high
tempo.
end. But I also don't think the crowd has the
I'm
cardio a
doing
lot
a
of the
I'm
time.
doing a half I'm doing a half hour of nothing but up tempo on June 6th, Boricua Bash at Sugar Mouse in Manhattan on June 6th, Friday at 8 p.m. to midnight.
But
I'm doing like a half hour and it's all up tempo. Like it's so funny because I was telling the wife I'm a little self-conscious because I'm worried that there'll be some young people in the crowd that'll like be bothered by my bitches and hoes and um what you call it? And the wife was like, no, they will not be.
oh,
They will not
if
care at all.
if
Um,
anything, you're now the cool unk.
yeah, nah, for sure. But
Like
it's
they
definitely like a whole up tempo set of nothing but up tempo music. And it's like, yo, I'm opening up with I'm opening up with It's Litty Bro. It's Litty Bro, it's Litty Bro, it's Litty Bro, it's Litty Bro, it's Litty Bro. Fuck me, I'm a Litty Bro. Then I'm going to do Sunroof. Shouts to CC if he's still in the building. Because I know that he loves Sunroof. Sunroof, and then from Sunroof, we're going to damn, I can't 100% remember. From Sunroof, it goes to Flavors. I got flavors. I got flavors. I got flavors that you say, which I'm really looking forward to performing that one. I think that one. Then Shake That Ass, and then that new song that I just played, the Spanish song that I played before, Remolin Ting Ting, and then No Baby with Jess, and then Mami Ven Aquí with Rai Janero, and then I end it with Spanish Harlem, which is like the only slow down, not up tempo song out the whole set.
right.
But it's
So,
also not like a sad
but
song. It's like
it's
a
also
hood
like
song.
you got like a 30 minutes in a more party environment, so like that's one strategy for it. But
Yeah.
let's say you were doing something like an hour at a festival.
If it was a festival and there was artists that I didn't curate for the festival, I absolutely would probably, delve into that a little
Like
bit
I'm
more.
telling,
You know what I mean?
because you want to have like that middle ground where they can slow
I mean, the
down, and
the
then
thing is that I know that there's other songs that I want to perform, like Spanish Harlem, like Sancocho, which are like
but I
boom
just
bap,
so like
slow
I'm
down.
really
But
into this like because it's like when you have like the longer sets, you have the opportunity to talk more
talk
between the
more,
songs.
absolutely,
And then, like
absolutely.
with that, it's like you can start crafting stories. Actually, no, this is where Chris shines on this live set. He can go and take 15 minutes and walk you through like a whole soap opera episode with his music, like serving as
Word,
like I'm like, so like with that type of shit. Sometimes the slow songs really just kind of are helpful from a narrative perspective.
right,
And so
right.
like, because I don't know where my brain's at with the live show is the festival circuit, because that's where you're gonna sell the most clothes, get the
Hmm.
most bags, and they're looking for something completely different than like the regular live music in the city circuit. At least in Canada, I don't know about the States, but like they'd be looking for more shows than good
Yeah, yeah,
music.
right. For sure, for sure. I think all at this point in the music industry, I think all labels, show people are all looking for somebody who can take people on a journey more so than caring about what type of music they're making. Um,
Yeah, like I have my
yeah,
set like segmented in like introduction, right? Coming through with some shit from the neighborhood because I got my Bonjour High song and that's real local for my shit. Then moving to the pickled song so I can introduce the clothing line, which I'm going to be showing off multiple designs throughout the set, and then kind of bring it up. Then Chris Chrome's going to show up because we're kayfabe beefing on the internet, and he's going to steal my set for a song where I can go do a fit change. Then I'm gonna do like the daddy issues portion of my set. Then bring my mans up and kind of tie him into it as we move out of that into whatever, and then kind of close it off on some extra shit that just is different than what I'd played before. You know, like I find with the long sets, like versatility goes a really, really long way.
yeah,
And then like,
yeah. No, for sure, for sure, for
and then
sure.
being able to
Agreed.
create like arcs within. I don't know. I'm really into that shit right now with it. Like I'm really, and then
Let's not
I don't know.
ignore. Let's not ignore Lindell.
Oh, my
Flacco. Do
bad,
you know
Linda.
Dracula by Jimmy Castor Bunch? No, I don't. But let me tell you something, Lindell. I know Andre 3000's Dracula's Wedding, which, if you know Andre 3000, The Love Below, you've heard that song. And I recently uncovered and discovered and realized that if you ever watch Jason Segel's Forgetting Sarah Mitchell,
Sarah Marshall.
Sarah Marshall. If you ever watch that movie, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, you know that he did the Dracula's opera. Where Dracula was heartbroken the whole time in the opera. And he stole that idea from Andre 3000's Dracula's Wedding. If you listen to the song, you know what I mean? So no, I don't know that song, but you know what? I'm gonna listen to it. Jimmy Castor's Bunch Dracula is going way back, even before the '80s. Is it like a storytelling song? Is that why you were mentioning it? You fellas want to get a song going before you go that I can recommend? What do you mean get a song going? You want to just
He
recommend
wants
the
us to
song,
he
Lindell?
wants us to play the
Yeah,
song.
yeah, man. Sure, why not? Absolutely. We're down. We'll take whatever strikes come with it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
Lindo.
man.
This is your moment.
This is your moment to shine, Lindell.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm really
I don't know. I guess again,
I
right?
don't, but
Like for
also it
me, it's
depends on who
just
you're performing to, right? Like the
yes,
audience I'm about to be performing to are NIMBY ass white people who own homes and are regular safe people, so they want to
right,
hear
for
about
sure.
relatable emotional bullshit. They don't want to be fair, they do like the party stuff, but I just feel like the better angle is to go down like more. You can connect with me. So like the pickle song's stupid, but it's for all the people who hate pickles. They're with me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And so it's like having these little hooks. Because I don't know. I'm just trying to sell to like white people with money right now. That's probably the easiest market for me to hit. He wants Jimmy Carter Bunch song potential.
Jimmy Castor.
Jimmy Castor, my bad. All right, let me just load up the fucking Brave.
You go ahead and do that. Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, definitely. You know, the New York crowd is usually like looking for, you know, I mean, but that's also relative, you know.
It's also
they're
like
they're
it's
they're
who
looking
you
for
are
whatever,
versus who
right?
I am too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Also, right, which is the point that I was trying to make, which is like, yo, for me, it's just rough, and I'd rather not share that part of myself while performing on stage. It's
Oh
just
man, one
not what I
time I did
want to
it while I
share.
was on mushrooms, and I damn near burst into tears and shit. I was sweating all over the place. I got told it was one of the most emotional performances I'd ever done, and I was like, should I start doing mush before I perform? And I'm like, I don't know if I want that to become a habit.
Let's do it. Jimmy Castor Bunch was from New York.
Do you hear
I
it?
can't hear it. I do not hear it. There it goes. I hear it
Why
now.
do I not hear it?
There it is. Walking down the street one day, yeah, doing nothing. Saw this woman, really something. I say this woman, so fine. I want you, baby, yeah, to be mine. You got potential in my life. You got potential in my life. Yeah. Beautiful woman, I got you now. At least you got me, baby, yeah. Anyhow, 'cause you got potential in my life. You got potential, wow, in my life. Potential. Potential, wow. Potential, wow. In my life. The word is potential. Potential. No matter how fast you say it, how slow you say it, swiftly, slowly, it still means the same thing. Potential. If she got potential, grab her.
Right.
It's a funny word, potential. Elwood. Yeah. How would you say Potential? Potential. Wait a minute, what happened to the P, baby? All right. Potential. Langdon. Langdon Freddie Jr. here. Langdon. How would you say Potential? Potential. You went to church on me, baby. Potential. Potential.
Fish.
All right. Hey, Douglas. Yeah, baby. Would you say Potential for me? You got potential. Ray Charles on me, huh? Ray Charles, you out there? Let me hear you say it, huh? Gerald. Gerald Elliott is a bit subdued.
I am.
Very cool. Hey, Gerald.
Yes.
If I were to say Potential, what would that spell?
Possibilities.
Wait a minute, baby. I didn't ask for Webster's meaning.
You didn't.
Are you saying that potential and possibilities are synonyms?
Possibly.
Heavy. Let's go down south, North Carolina. Hey, Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey Miles Grimes is from North Carolina. Hey, Jeffrey. Yeah. Put a little drawl on it for me. All right. Potential spells potential. Oh, Edgar Allan potential. You a pole ass out there. Potential. No matter how you say it though. Potential says potential. Potential. Possibilities. It doesn't matter. Potential.
That's lit. I like it.
That
I
was
like it a
good.
lot.
Oh, wait, where'd
Actually,
you go? There you
actually, let me go ahead and share that song with one of the Liddy Bros and see
go.
if we don't
Lindell did
sample
not
that.
waste his opportunity. No, that was good. My first thought was this song has to have been sampled 100 times.
You'd be surprised. Maybe though. Go look it up. Let's do it. Let's do the exercise.
Right. Give me a second. Move that off the screen.
Go to who sampled.
Wow, it's only sampled in one song. Holy shit. That is funk.
Yeah, I didn't think it was sampled a lot. I mean,
Oof, look at Lindell
I'm
digging in the
I'm not a
crates.
master. I'm not a sample master, right? But at the same time, I am a super like incredibly knowledgeable hip hop head. And I
Yeah.
could tell you that I don't think I've ever heard that shit ever
That
before.
feels like it should
So
have been sampled, you know? Like,
but listen, Lindell, um, if we fucking uh if we sample that shit and do something to it, I'll make sure you get credit somehow. I'll give you a co-producer credit on or something.
fuck, you didn't. Well,
Nah, I
no.
don't just potentially like the song. I definitely like the song.
I was like, Lindell, you did good this time. You
Oh,
had
look,
your way.
Paulie Hustle said one of my favorite songs. I used to b-boy to this 10 years ago.
Wild. It's a good song.
No, I used to b-boy to this when I was 10 years old, he said.
Whew.
He also has Just Begun, which is like the top b-boy song. I'm going to tell him we should sample that. We should sample it. Funky as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, man. I think that's a fucking great note to leave it on.
Yeah, we good with that. Next week we should be back with another interview. Otherwise, we'll have something to do. And yeah, make sure you buy my pickled shit when it drops in the next couple of weeks. So stay in touch, stay tuned, because we be selling shirts now. Well, I'll be selling shirts, and then soon Perspectives will probably be selling shirts or some shit in the near future. And yeah, support the cause and all that good stuff.
Paulie is, he said, I know this song like the back of my hand. Potential.
Let's go. But yeah,
I'm like,
appreciate everyone.
I pronounce it potential. Potential. She got
Yeah,
potential.
appreciate. It's a good song. I appreciate
Good
everyone
song.
who tuned in, and supports Lindell. Great song choice, and looking forward to getting back to the interviews and showing all the new stuff we cook up to you in the near future as the world expands. Appreciate everyone who watched. Again, we'll be back next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And live long and prosper, everyone.
You got Liddy Bro 10.